Thank you, Mary Williams. Good evening, everyone. My name is Isabella Roberts. I am 16 years old, and I was born with a bilateral cleft lip and palate. I am honored to receive the proclamation to bring awareness to cleft and craniofacial differences on behalf of my amazing team at the Duke Cleft and Craniofacial Center. Approximately 1 in 700 babies are born with a cleft lip and/or palate, making it one of the most common birth defects. A cleft condition can be isolated, or it may be inherited. Along with the cleft, some developmental challenges, such as problems with speech development, ear infections and hearing loss, dental issues, and even social and emotional challenges could be presented. There are several reasons that a child may be born with a cleft, and typically, parents will know about their baby's condition before the child is even born. That was not so in my case. No, it was nothing that the doctors missed or were negligent of. It was that every time my parents would get an ultrasound, my hands were in front of my face. In other words, my parents had no idea that I would be born with a cleft. Little did we know, this was a small part in God's much bigger plan. My parents saw that our situation was much bigger than them, so they began to seek after God. My cleft has presented me with many opportunities, but the best and greatest of these is I've had the privilege to grow up in church. Without God, going through my childhood with a difference like a cleft would have been much, much harder. At a young age, I began to discover that I wasn't like everybody else, and I was painfully aware of my cleft. However, what I have come to realize is that a cleft is something to wear like a badge and not a scar. As a kid, no one enjoys going to the doctor's office, but since we had to travel out of town to be here, it always felt like a special trip, and the people at Duke Hospital definitely made it feel that way. Those who grow up with cleft and craniofacial differences face some difficulties, whether that's different operations, dental appliances, or even missing school. That part isn't too bad, though. Having to endure these different challenges can make you feel alone. I know I've definitely felt isolated before while going through different parts of my cleft journey. I mean, I had to crush up Cheetos in class in order for me to eat them because I had an expander. It's absolutely not what you want to be doing every day. That, however, was a mild inconvenience and less of a medical necessity. Though I have faced some difficult times, those closest to me have always been supportive and understanding. As a kid with a cleft, it's not every day that you see someone that looks like you, but when you do, it makes it that much more special. Now, as I've gotten older, I get excited rather than embarrassed when someone asks me about my cleft. And having a cleft doesn't hinder me from doing things that other kids my age do. I have a job at Chick-fil-A, a place where I get to show off the smile that my Duke team helped me build. I get to act in our school plays, I get to sing, and I have an amazing group of friends. And I know that I'm extremely privileged to have all of this, but I would not be this confident if I did not have a sure foundation in the Lord. Though I have had 3 surgeries and more dental appliances than I can count on one hand, I'm extremely lucky to have, in the grand scheme of things, faced so little. I'm also so thankful that I've had an amazing team every step of the way. The Duke Cleft and Craniofacial team makes it their mission to provide each kid with the best care that they can give. And while most of this is physical care, they also help each kid to feel confident and feel proud of their cleft. Without this team, I would not have had the confidence to stand before you today and open up about what it's like to be born a little different from the rest. Without my Duke team, I would also probably have a few more perfect attendance awards, but I won't hold a grudge, except maybe for 3rd grade, but we'll see. Having this team truly has shown me what a great impact an individual can be, and whether that be by a smile or by showing someone that their difference isn't so different. Remember, different is the best kind of awesome.